Welcome to Rotten Damians. Today we are discussing Epidemiology, the ultimate Halloween special. With my favorite holiday of the year having just passed, I thought it would be appropriate that I discuss possibly one of the best Halloween TV specials ever. The TV show Community has long been praised and acclaimed for its seasonal Halloween and paintball episodes. While every single one of them are amazing, one truly stands out to me. So without further ado, let's get into Epidemiology, the ultimate Halloween special. Epidemiology works for so many reasons, like meta-awareness, misdirect humor, and Abed's xenomorph costume. But what makes it the ultimate Halloween special is the heart behind the episode. The episode begins with yet another Greendale Community College party. Pierce is eating taco meat that the dean had set out, when Jeff tells us that this isn't taco meat, but rather army rations from a surplus store. Pierce immediately spits it out, but the damage is already done. He and anyone who ate the meat almost immediately begin feeling ill and presenting symptoms of food poisoning. Annie gathers Pierce and those infected and takes them to Rich, the banana, who's a doctor. Rich is a little preoccupied by flirting with Annie. I guess we can call him a banana smoothie. Okay, sorry, I'll leave the jokes to Community. Rich isn't paying attention to his patients when Starburns walks past, and Pierce takes a chunk out of his arm. Starburns begins presenting the same food poisoning symptoms despite not having eaten the taco meat. This means that Pierce's bite transferred the illness. The symptoms also progress faster via a bite. The dean sees the commotion and goes to call the army surplus store to complain. Also, a funny little nod, the number he calls is Echo Tango 997, which stands for ET 997, you know, extraterrestrial. Later we also see a spin-off of Men in Black, which also alludes to aliens. Lastly, the meat container literally shows how it can cause a zombie outbreak. It's nice to see that the creators are sticking to the Halloween theme. The army told the dean that they'll be there in 6 hours and to isolate all of the infected students. Back at the party, Troy and Abed are dressed in a duo costume. Abed is Xenomorph and Troy is Ellen Ripley. Abed is trying to wingman Troy by pretending to be a dangerous alien and letting him save the ladies. Unfortunately, the girls are icked out by this and Troy strikes out. Jeff tells him that he won't get girls because he's too childish, which inspires Troy to abandon his friend and dress as a sexy Dracula instead. He also calls Abed a nerd. This scene introduces the heart of the episode. After this, things go south and the majority of the party are infected. The group try to make a bolt for the exit, but the dean locks them inside. So, they make a sprint for their iconic study room. Inside the study room, Rich tells us that the zombies have hours to live, and the only way to save their lives and potentially cure them is to decrease the temperature of the thermostat. Abed immediately conjures a plan to do this, but Troy is acting like an ass and says he would rather get laid and survive than attempt to save his friends. He has now abandoned Abed twice. Long story short, Rich the banana comes down with yellow fever. Rich and Britta are bitten and transform into zombies, forcing the gang to split up. Shirley and Chang hide in the bathroom, where they are eventually overrun and bitten, whilst Jeff, Troy and Abed make it to the basement. Inside the basement, Abed encourages the group to squeeze through a gap in the wall, but Jeff refuses because he doesn't want to dirty his suit, so he opens the door. This releases a horde of zombies onto the gang, forcing Abed and Troy to make a run for the gap in the wall. Abed hoists Troy out of the window so that he can be the
first black man to make it to the end.
Abed then sacrifices himself in true Daybreakers fashion. Okay, so despite Troy being a complete ass and ditching his friend multiple times, Abed was willing to forgive him and sacrifice himself to save Troy. This is truly inspiring stuff, man.
So cute!
This is the climax of the episode where Troy realizes how much of a jackass he has been and attempts to redeem himself. He suits up in his original duo costume and enters the room. He's going to save his best friend and do it by being himself. The episode is rooted in fictional reality, so obviously the zombies quickly pull apart his costume and ironically he's bitten by Abed. Thankfully, he's able to decrease the temperature of the thermostat before he turns into a zombie. Troy has done it, and soon everyone will be back to human. Everyone turns back to normal and the army arrive and wipe everyone's memory. This is the spin-off of Men in Black I was speaking about. As I stated at the beginning of the episode, Epidemiology is no different to any episode of Community or any Halloween spin-off. The only reason it is the ultimate Halloween special is because of the amount of heart it contains. We watch Troy, an incredibly formative university student, undergo a major character transformation, where in the end he acknowledges who he truly is and puts his friends, the chosen family, above all else. To me, this is the true meaning of Halloween. Despite the free candy, creepy outfits and scares, it brings the family together so that they can share a laugh during a candy-filled high. And it's beautiful. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow and for me to reach my goals. Thank you for watching and happy belated Halloween. I'll see you next week.